Hey Saber fans, this is Grey Paladin, and this will be my first comparison video. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. So I'm going to compare two Eco Sabers, one being the Saberforge Aggressor and the other the Crimson Dawn Logan. Both of these hilts are vastly similar, but also have their own variances and differences in their own way. Both hilts are exactly 10.6 inches long. The Logan has a diameter of 1.3 inches, and the Aggressor is also 1.3 inches. In the pommel, they both have 22 millimeter speakers. Logan has a resonance chamber in the pommel of 1.2 inches, and the Aggressor only has 1 inch. Now, the Logan has a very deep blade depth, and that's 2.2 inches, whereas the Aggressor only has a blade depth of 1.5 inches. You can see by my finger going into the first knuckle, 2.2 inches, and then 1.5, not even up to that first knuckle. Now the grips are where you're going to see the most variation. In the Logan, you have 4 finger grips that fit very comfortably into your hand and the body there, whereas the Aggressor has a vinyl or a fake leather wrap, which also feels good. It's a bit comfortable because you have that fake leather feel, but I really do feel that the grip here with these finger nudges or finger valleys really make this saber feel nice, and it's also very smooth too. Both have recharge ports and red activation switches, and then if you remove these screws up here, that will allow you to take both of the chassis out. Notice how on the Aggressor it's spaced apart a bit more than it is on the Logan here. You see lots of similarities in the emitter. Both have 4 rings going around the emitter with a narrow edge here, and then it fans out into like a mushroom cap right there. Now, a big difference here is that the Aggressor has a very definitive choke point right there after the ridge of the mushroom cap, whereas the Logan, after its mushroom cap, you have another kind of grip here. So 2 small little indentations here. So I wouldn't quite define this as a choke point as I would on the Aggressor. And also the length here is not as long here after the emitter as it is on the Aggressor. That's a bit longer, and you also have these indentations going around that as well. Well, let's power you back on then, shall we? And then my particular Aggressor has a weathered finish, whereas the Logan here is just black anodized. Both have a blade retention screw, and both have a LED retention screw. The pommels are also different. As you see, the Logan is much smoother and a little longer, and then the Aggressor, you can see it has kind of the weathered ring there, like a cog type design here on the bottom, as well as on the edge, nicely weathered as well. This one has a screen to protect the speaker, and the Logan just has vents in the pommel. Okay, let's turn them both on. The speaker on the volume in the Aggressor is much louder than that in the Crimson Dawn Logan. I put similar colors on, they're both similar to purple right now. I will say that the accelerometer and the response of the Crack of Dawn soundboard is much better than the Saber core that's here. it's catching up most of the swings. But then you get to the Saber core, and not very good at all. Let's take a look at the brightness of the two blades. Now, I have the blades that came with them. So this one is just a standard white, whereas, or it's a mid-grade blade, and the Saberforge came with a thick wall V4. And because it is a thick wall, the brightness is not going to be quite there compared to putting it on a mid-grade. And I believe there's a 9-watt LED in the Crimson Dawn, and I think it's a 12-watt in the Saberforge. So even though the LED is a little more powerful in the Saberforge, because of that heavy grade blade, you're not going to see quite as much brightness as you would in the Crimson Dawn. And let's give you some close-ups here so you can really kind of see the two. There's our pommels. And then the grips. Getting into the switch section. Recharge port. Choke point. Emitter. And then the 4 rings. So I hope you enjoyed the comparison of the Crimson Dawn Logan and the Saberforge Aggressor Eco Gen 3. Thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you.